New segment time. I was done with that one because it was dead.
Moving on.
So, microscope or telescope? Which do you think is more useful? Okay, so
you have a telescope.
I also am going to have a microscope.
Will.
But here's the thing.
He also has a will.
He does have a will.
Okay, I have that will. I also need to write a will. But here's the thing. I was thinking about it. And see, the problem with my telescope is I have just enough magnification to see Jupiter. But the thing is, though.
Isn't that like a white dot, though?
Well, okay, if you ramp up to the 2mm, which is the smallest focal length with a ×2 barrel, you can see it.
Can you see the moons?
You can see it with, yeah, because there's like Jupiter's in the center, so white big dot, and then the moon's little dots around it.
Can you see the storm?
I say it's a little white dot.
Can you see the clouds?
It's a little white dot.
Well, I thought Galileo could see clouds.
Again, what I'm saying, I'm really trying to...
How come his telescope was so good?
Well, I'm trying to figure it out. Because, like, this telescope, for one thing, this telescope, I don't know if it was totally, like, I put it together right, but I don't think the parts fully, like, work properly for what it's meant to. Because, like, it just... You can max out, like, there's the slow motion thing. So you move, so as to make the fine adjustments.
Yes.
But you can max it out. And so then you have to, like, use it just doesn't, focusing on small objects just does not work. You cannot do it. I've tried. And then once you, like, you can, like, use the lower magnification. You can see, you know, Jupiter, their moons. But then the minute you go to the higher magnification to, you know, see anything else other than white dots, you can't, Jupiter's moving way too fast. You can't.
We had the same problem with the moon. With Earth's moon at one time.
You guys have I've professional with the moon. I get the moon.
Well, now you do. But, like, what was it? When you first started it, like, something with the lens glass thing?
That was my old telescope. It was a piece of junk. And it wouldn't focus or whatever. This new one is way better. Anyways, it's just... I just can't figure it out. And so, I was thinking about telescopes, and I realized I spent too much. What I should have... At the price, I should have just spent more. And gotten, like, a computerized and then with an actual camera, and just done that. Instead, I'm trying to do this all by hand. And all it's good for is taking pictures of the moon. Mm-hmm. And so it's like... But a microscope, though... You know... $300 microscope... You don't need anything better. There's nothing really better about a $400 versus a $300 microscope.
Yeah.
Are you able to see Andromeda?
I probably... But again, though, it's a pain in the butt trying to get small... targets, because it's hard. It's really difficult.
In, what was it? Is it 4 million or 4 billion years?
4 billion.
Andromeda and the Milky Way will combine.
That's not that big of a deal. It'll take another several billion before they actually, like, you know, merge together completely. Well, anyways, so it's just, so that's what I'm getting at here. A microscope, you spend $300, and that's it.
That's it.
That's basically as good as it gets. Telescope, I spent $300, but it's not as good as it gets. You know?
Well, you can get better with the microscope, though.
No, I put, like...
You could put, like, thousands and tens of thousands.
Yep.
And hundreds of thousands.
But we're talking, like, okay, we're talking university equipment at this point.
Yeah. Do you want to see atoms?
No.
No?
I don't care.
No?
I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't... No. Well, I don't want to see dots. All right?
You don't want to see a dot and be told
He's afraid to see pixels.
Stop. Okay, the thing about the microscope is, so, like, standard, you know, let's see, the $400, so we'll say $300 price range. That's your standard school lab grade microscope. 2500x zoom, typically what they have.
Sure.
It's typical.
Okay.
2500x zoom, and basically it's as small as you can get before, you know, you can't use light anymore.
No, usually, this is like 100. Doesn't it go up to like
What are you talking about?
The magnification doesn't only go up to like 100.
I'm talking 2,500.
Yeah. 2,500 sounds like a lot more.
No.
You
Because
sure?
you also multiply by 2 and there's other ways of getting up higher.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so there's 2,500x, which basically is approaching the point where you can no longer use light. So that's as small as you can see. And the more money you spend on a microscope like that, it's like better quality light, a little bit better quality stand, maybe better quality optics. But to be fair though, you're really not gonna be able to tell much of a difference. Between a $2,000 microscope and a $1,000 microscope at that point.
Yeah.
The only way to go better is to literally get a scanning electron microscope or a telling, only way you can get better. A telescope, there's a big difference between a $300 telescope and a $1,000 telescope. Which is why I think it's way better to get a microscope because there's so many more things you can do with a $300 microscope than you can do with a $300 telescope.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I completely agree. But I guess also at the same time, I guess I'm also in the boat of, there's a whole wide variety of things that you can do with a microscope as opposed to a telescope. Because usually with the telescope, the big thing you'll be wanting to see is the moon, obviously. But then when it comes to constellations, after a while, just me personally, it just feels like it just kind of get boring just looking at dots.
I mean, to be fair, I can't really get bored of the night sky. It just fascinates me.
Yeah, okay, it's fascinating, but I think it's more fascinating to just like sit in awe as opposed to just studying deep down, closely studying with a telescope. Because I feel like you can be more frustrated trying to get the telescope to focus on what you want to look at. Like, because then again,
But I mean,
planets are always an excitement and a joy to look at. I've seen Saturn and like. I don't even know how expensive a telescope it was, but it was a very fine telescope. You could literally see the rings around Saturn. It was incredible. Those are always the most awe-inspiring moments. But like I said though, after 10 minutes or so of just looking at planets, then you just kind of want to just lay there in awe, and you get bored of the telescope. It's more just a point of just like laying there in awe. Whereas with the microscope, you can just look at the things forever, just like, man, like put your hand underneath. It's like, this is what it looks like super tiny, like it. I just feel that with a microscope, you can spend more time looking at things than with a telescope.
True. I think a telescope, honestly, the only reason why you have a $300 telescope is literally just to have a cheap telephoto zoom and to like look at things really far away.
Yeah. Because the other thing with the telescope is, if you get a Newtonian, it's really only good for the night sky because otherwise it's just flips everything upside down. Because otherwise if you get, the refractor, then you can at least use it during the day to look at things that are really far away.
Mine kind of, sort of, sometimes it's upside down. I don't know. They're kind of sideways.
Oh yeah.
A little upside down. I don't know. But that doesn't bother me. If it's up, I can always invert that image.
Because otherwise, if you do it right, you can get a telescope that you can use during the day too. Whereas, because it's flipped the right way, these have another mirror in there.
But to be fair though,
no, there is no mirror. It uses lenses.
To be fair though, I don't really care about being flipped. I mean, it doesn't bother me. Plus, I'm into imaging it, not actually like looking within my eye.
Yeah.
So much, which is why I vote. So I'm going to play my own devil's advocate here. I vote telescope. If we're talking imaging, I'm going to go telescope. Because you can always get more images, better images, and you could, because there's infinite amounts of things in the night sky.
Yeah, but I mean, it just seems boring just looking at white dots after a while.
I mean, I can't get bored of looking at pictures of Andromeda, especially you spend hours trying to get that image.
Well, no, a real picture where it's just like, you got all the stars there. But I mean, after a while, you're just looking at white dots.
True. But I mean, I guess yeah. Only thing about a microscope now is though.
Because whereas with the microscope, it's not just white dots. Like, it's literally a zoomed in crisp image of, like, the thing you're looking at, just like
That you're holding.
the thing you're holding. Like, this is what it looks like close up.
I don't know. I don't think it's even possible, but I want a microscope that has like the focal plane of like one of those stereo ones that's like only 80x zoom. You know, that's the big lens in it.
Uh-huh.
I want one with the focal plane of that, but like hundreds of x zoom, hundreds of times the magnification. I don't think it's possible, but it'd be cool.
Wait, you want what?
So, okay, they got stereo microscopes, right? Those are the ones
Yeah.
with the really big lens, and
Yeah.
but they're only like 80x zoom, but it's because they have a much more bigger plane of focus
Yeah.
and a much longer focal length, so you can
Uh-huh.
study bigger things.
Yes.
I want a microscope that can do that, but like 1000x.
So you could put like a basketball underneath it.
Well, no, because you can only reflect so much damn light. Well, I guess that's one of the other problems is you can only reflect so much light, so you have to send it through the bottom. Never mind. I guess, I don't know. I also want a stereo microscope now, too. Because I'm getting this one. I'm going to try and rig it so that I can look at it and use it kind of like a stereo microscope.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to work very well. We'll see.
Yeah.
But then I'll need a stereo microscope, which is about the same amount as a normal microscope, which is kind of irritating.
Mm-hmm.
But the stereo microscope is like 20, or like, no, it's like 10x to like 80x.
Let's see.
But it's got a focal distance of like that, so you can look at really big things, and it's got the focal plane is much bigger.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, those are really cool. Stereo microscopes actually get more expensive than regular microscopes. But did I tell you how excited I got because the one microscope that I originally looked at was in stock the day I went to order my microscope?
You did. You sent the Snapchat of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saved like $50.
Mm-hmm.
So I was super happy about that. So I saw that, I'm like, yes! To be fair, I think it's a little lower quality microscope looking at it, but I think, it'll do just fine.
Yeah.
It just saved $50. I'm like, yes. So yeah. Can't wait to get that in.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
All right. Well, time to wrap it up.
I suppose so. Wait, hold on. When was the last time you went stargazing?
I don't know. Well, I mean, usually every night when I come home late or whatever, I walk to the house slowly, just looking up at the sky. I mean, the last time I honestly went outside with the telescope.
I mean, with or without.
Oh, I mean, every night when it's dark.
No, I mean like and spent like hours underneath the
Oh,
stars.
hours? Oh, it's been a while since I spent hours.
I haven't done it in a while too. I want to do it.
We could plan it some night.
Yeah, I don't know when we do. It'd have to be like on
You
a.
have to look at the weather. Just find the next non-cloudy night.
But we'd have to do it when you don't have work tomorrow, and
I mean, it doesn't have to be that late.
Yeah, it doesn't get dark till like 9.
What my point is like, even if I do work the next day, I don't work till 2.
Oh.
That's my point. It doesn't have to be that late, because I mean, even if you were here until like 2 in the morning, I could still sleep in.
True.
So,
I kind of want to do it on a day I don't have work
that's
that
fine.
that day, so I'm not like exhausted by the time I get here.
That's fine. That's fine.
I would say we can do it next, not this Saturday, but the Saturday after. But we're getting you drunk,
Well, I mean, you could do it during the week too.
right? I don't know. I guess
Like, what do you have going on Tuesday or Monday night?
Oh, not this week.
Not this week. Okay, fine. Not this
This week is well, I guess we could probably do it Thursday
Thursday.
because I'll have to spend the night at home Thursday, I think. Or-
just
Yeah, I have to spend the night Thursday.
just send a text or whatever.
So we can
Yeah,
probably
I'm
do
down.
it Thursday. I don't know. Well, let's check the forecast. Every time we plan something like this, it decides.
That's
it's
the
gonna be
thing.
cloudy.
You want to make it sure it's a non-cloudy night.
Let's check the
She actually enjoyed
forecast
it.
here.
And check the moon status while you're at it.
This is like 0% chance of anything.
Good.
It's gonna be like 58 that evening. It's gonna be cool. I clicked on it, but it didn't do anything. There we go. Clear. The moon's gonna be about half.
Okay. Decent. What time does it rise?
I don't know.
That kinda
I don't know
matters.
how to really look that up. We can do that after.
Sure.
Oh, I'm getting a package tomorrow.
Yeah?
Oh, I wonder if that's I think that's the light. No, I don't.
All right. Well,
Anyways, any
I
last
would like to
words?
thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New videos out every Friday. And good night.
2 p.m. Central Time, and good night.